Okay, so we're back here, and in this video we're going to be covering some of the face library settings and as well as some of the privacy settings because they kind of go hand in hand here. So as you will see, I've gone ahead and actually used the unit itself to take a quick picture of myself here. Again, I can choose snapshot or I can choose to import. In this case, sometimes it's easier just taking it with the unit. Just make sure that your subject is not moving so you don't get a blurry image. You can give it a picture file name, the ID of that person, and you can choose to what do you do with it. So in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and add to whitelist. And it says only numbers or letters can be entered. Again, so there's a space in here. Let's go ahead and add to whitelist. And that will add it to the whitelist now. So if I go back to list here, you'll notice there is a picture file called David Test and the ID. You can also choose to download it or delete it. Going into the records themselves, you're going to notice there's a lot of scans I've been doing. However, there's no face showing. This is where that PII compliance or personally identifiable information comes into play. It varies from company to company, building to building. How you will control that is through going into the settings themselves again, so the AI, and you're going to notice there is a setting here to enable temperature screening, enable mask detection. Again, this is where you can enable or disable some of those, but more specifically into saving the snapshot. In other case, when you take a scan, what happens with it, this is where you would enable that. So it's under integration, save the snapshot. Again, you can choose to disable on the display itself the temperature information if you don't want to have that. So I'm going to go back into display here. So now I have a pass, but I am not seeing a temperature reading. Now I'm going to go back to enable it and save this. Now if I go back to the face library and I look at my records, you're going to notice that little change I did there. It was able to detect the one I took plus the one I just did right now, how similar it is, what happened, what was the temperature. Again, I enabled the integration, save snapshot. If you are looking to have more privacy, I would recommend that you turn off temperature display and save snapshot and go ahead and save that. You can also have the temperature record not saved. So let me go back into the face library records. I'm going to take another scan here. And I'm going to go ahead and just do a search again. So we see this. So again, on the face library, it knows there is a picture of me previously. However, it's not taking my snapshot now because I've enabled that privacy control. And it's still able to detect who I am, the temperature. Now we can go back and do another tweak under integration and disable this temperature record. And if I go back to the face library records again, I'm gonna go take another scan here and do another search. But in this case, now you'll see that we have no temperature being recorded. It's still able to do the facial detection. So we can even take this a step further if you want to have no records at all. Going back into the list here, let's go ahead and delete that file entirely so there's nothing on here. And then let me go back to the records. Notice that it's now removed any of those there. The one that's here, it's because I enabled it at that point in time. Let me take another reading. And let's do a search again. So this is the latest one here. And notice now that there is no temperature measured, recorded. There is no snapshot, no face library. Everything is unknown. So maximum privacy. Again, to review, what you want to do if you need that PII compliance is temperature display. Disable it. This will not show a temperature on the display. Save snapshot. Disable it. It will not store the picture on the device. Save temperature record, disable it. It will not capture that record under the face library records portion here. So you do have different types of controls on here that you can use to fulfill your criteria.